commercially available.
Welcome, Service Trailblazers, to Dreamforce 19. What a week we have had. What a day we've had. Who would have thought Barack Obama would have agreed to be our opening act today? It was just so nice of him, right? It is great to be with you here today. You know, customer service continues to be one of the most exciting, one of the most demanding, one of the most energizing, and yes, one of the most frustrating experiences we all have with a business. So your commitment to being here shows that you care about transforming into the future. And with that, I want to start by saying thank you. Thank you to you, those of you that are customers, to our partners, our employees, our family and friends watching online, heck, even our competitors. Thank you for watching and taking notes, because there's going to be some amazing announcements today, great innovation, amazing showcase of customer success. I have an amazing job. I get to travel all around the world and meet with service leaders like yourselves, really to hear what's on your mind. And fundamentally, the conversation is distilled into two planes. On one hand, we have our customers, and we all know that their demands are increasing like never before. In fact, we know that today that customers tell us that positive brand connection they have with you is what ultimately drives their loyalty. Yet on the other hand, what we have is our budgets and our operational control. It just isn't increasing. We don't have the same budgets that we used to have to really keep up with the demands of customers. And this is really causing a rift between how we serve. So what have we done? We've reached out to technology to help us. And when I started my career as an intern in the contact center, it was incredibly glamorous. It was the introduction of email and how email promised to be this transformative way in which companies and customers could communicate. And did it do it? No. It simply made us have to respond to customer demands that came in all the time, every time. And it fundamentally broke our processes and our experiences. We had to completely retrain our service centers, our teams, to handle just one channel. But imagine now, today, when channels are exploding like never before. So we know that technology alone is not going to be the answer for how we serve our customers into the future. In fact, we think it's time for a new age. We think it's time for an age where we focus less on the technology alone and more about how that technology seamlessly works with humans and people like never before. So ultimately, you can drive personalization with your customers at scale. That you can drive intelligence into everyday operations and create empowerment with your teams so they can handle the needs of customers at scale, so that you can develop trusted relationships with your customers and reach a scale of trust like never before. And then finally, for the first time, create the necessary capacity in budget and operational experiences to include all customers in your service experiences. So today's keynote is going to focus on 3 chapters on how to be more human-centric in everyday experiences. And it starts really going back to the basics. How we put the customer at the center of every experience that we drive in our service operations. Once we do that, we can empower our teams with incredible tools, training, and technologies to seamlessly fall into the background and help them do what they're great at, which is take care of your customers. And finally, it's about helping us truly serve our customers whenever and wherever they need us across every touch point in our service experience. And to do that, you need an amazing platform that you can trust to drive all of your transformation with. And that's what we have here with the Customer 360 platform. Not only is it the single source of truth for your entire organization, but for the first time, sales teams, service teams, marketing teams, commerce teams, IT teams can work together and collaborate and engage your customers with consistency and ease. When it comes to customer service, Salesforce is the #1 platform for customer service, field service, digital service, all kinds of service. And this is not so much a statement about the competition, might be a little bit. This is very much about how we continue to drive amazing new innovation at scale for you and your organizations, so ultimately you can do more across your service organization. In the last 12 months, we've released over 200 features for you to take advantage of to drive the amazing transformation forward into the future. And now I want to spend all the time that we can showing you what's next. To do that, please join me in welcoming our VP of Product Marketing to stage, Mark Abramowitz.
Some people got the real problem. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve them.
Thanks, Bill. Customers and businesses ultimately want the same thing. They want to be able to treat every customer as an individual and as a valued customer. But when I reach out for service and I don't get recognized, I want to be seen as a person, not a ticket number or not an order number. And when I reach out for service, I want it to be as easy and quick as possible, regardless of the channel that I use. And to do that, you really need to put your customer at the center. But doing that at scale is really hard. Why? Because we as customers, we don't make it easy on businesses. We have all these different parts of our identity. Let's take me for an example. So I'm a husband to my wife, Stephanie. I'm a father to my 2 boys, Parker and Reed. And I'm a dog lover when it comes to our golden retriever, Sadie. These are all parts of my identity. I've also got 3 email addresses, a work, a personal, and one of those that I use for spam. And I've got 3 phone numbers, home, work, and my mobile number. And I'm on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. But yet, every time I reach out to a business, I expect them to know exactly who I am and have the full picture of who I am. But this is particularly hard for your service reps because they only know the piece of the picture that's in the service application. And they can only see one part of it because service is typically disconnected from the rest of the business. And at Salesforce, we have been on a mission to bring together all the customer data and doing that at scale. And this starts with the Lightning Service Console. The Lightning Service Console is that single place to bring together all your customer data to enable your agents to treat every customer as a valued customer. And I'm excited today to introduce 2 new things. Let's go back one. Excited today to introduce the Customer 360 Data Manager. We can go back 1 slide. The Customer 360 Data Manager to bring all of your Salesforce apps together. Sales and service and marketing and commerce, even across multiple orgs. Also excited to introduce the new MuleSoft Accelerator for Service Cloud that brings together all of your enterprise data wherever it sits and making it available to Service Cloud. And when you put these 3 things together, you can truly deliver personal service at scale. Now, when I have a question or want to reach out to a business, I go looking for that Contact Us page or I go looking for that 1-800 number, and often it's really hard to find and really pretty frustrating. And so I'm excited that we have a new capability called the channel menu, which allows your customers to choose which channel to reach out on, whether it be SMS or Facebook Messenger or chat or even voice. And also new at Dreamforce, I'm announcing support for WhatsApp, powered by Twilio, to add another 1.6 billion customers out there and making it really easy for them to start conversations with you. And when you deploy bots across all of your channels, messaging or chat, you make it really easy for your customers to reach out and get answers to their questions really easily. I'm excited because we have a terrific example, and that is Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines is empowering their employees to treat every one of their customers as a valued customer. And today we have a great story to share about James Ashworth, who is a true trailblazer. Let's take a look and a listen to his journey.
You know, I'd say the best advice I've ever received is don't let what you can't do dictate what you can do. As someone who's visually impaired myself, it kind of drives me day to day because there's a lot of things that I can't do, but I try not to let those things get in my way and I try to keep moving forward. The thing that I love the most is the people that I work with at Southwest Airlines. We believe if we take good care of our employees, they will take good care of our customers. And that commitment, I think, drives the culture.
So James is all about the employee. He is one that lives by example. He sets the vision and sets the tone for our department and ensures that whatever we do, we put the customer first.
Hospitality in our mind is when customers feel welcome, cared for, and appreciated. We want to make sure we set our people up for success, finding tools that allow our people to be as efficient as they can be to take really good care of our customers and deliver that hospitality that we want to be known for.
Providing a single view of the customer was paramount for us. And now we're partnering with Salesforce to empower our employees with the tools to deliver an experience, not a service, but an experience that makes them feel loved.
Our inspiration for actually choosing the Salesforce Service Cloud was our people.
We are an inclusive work environment, so accessibility was an absolute
about 10% or more of our employees utilize some level of accessibility in our contact centers, and we wanted to make sure that that product, that company would have to be just as passionate about accessibility as we are. The Salesforce Service Cloud just kind of fits right in line with that.
This product is a win-win for not just our side reps. It encompasses every member of Southwest that'll be touching the product. If it wasn't for James, I really don't think I'd be here. I really appreciate everything that he's done for us as visually impaired and for our company.
I'm most proud about where we're headed at Southwest. I love my job. I love what I do. I know what my purpose is and why I'm here.
Our employees are so passionate. There's just a whole lot of pride associated with working at Southwest Airlines, and I think that's why we have the loyal following of customers the way we do.
Ladies and gentlemen, James Ashworth.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So I want to start by saying thank you. Thank you for being here today, sharing your story, and being a trailblazer. But let's jump in. So it's clear that employee satisfaction and empowering your employees with the right tools was really sort of central to the transformation that you've embarked on at Southwest. Love to have you share a little bit more about that and kind of why this is so critical for the business.
Yeah, well, as I shared in the video, we are so proud of our employees. They were at the center of this transformation. They were the inspiration, and we've kept them engaged along the entire process. We developed what we call an agent advisory board, and basically what that was a number of employees across different disciplines across our contact center, inclusive of those who are differently abled. We sat down with that group and really said, we don't want to build this in a room. We actually want your feedback to help us understand how you want customer data and how you want to elevate customer experience. And they did exactly that. We talked about, we had set out to say we wanted to bring the desktop together. And we had about several different tools that we use on the desktop, and we wanted to find one platform that could bring the relevant data set, and we were calling it Unified Desktop. Well, we eventually realized that wasn't really getting a lot of lift and a lot of attention. And so the team got together and rebranded it and called it Customer 360. And from that standpoint, we put the employee at the center and the customer at the center. And after that, for the organization, it was game on.
All right. So love obviously the Customer 360 speaks loudly in this audience. And so over the last few weeks, as I've watched that film many times, and I'm struck by how we also introduced today Human-Centric Service. And that seems very much aligned with your approach and the kind of the culture at Southwest. Sure. But I'd love to hear sort of from you what Human-Centric Service means to you.
Yeah, Mark, so at Southwest Airlines, as I shared in the video, we actually have a definition for how we want to deliver hospitality. And we define that as when employees and customers feel welcome, cared for, and appreciated. We also have a vision of being the world's most loved, most efficient, and most profitable airline. And the way you do that, the world is a big place, and we want to be able to touch all customers in all aspects. And we wanted to set our people up for really good success, and we wanted to put the best tools in their hands because we believe they are the best contact center employees in all of the industry. And that's how we saw human-centric service, humans delivering service to humans.
Fantastic. James, again, thank you
My pleasure.
for sharing your story. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Well, enough about me. I'd love to get you all a demo here. And before I do, I'd just like to introduce at Southwest Airlines, you all have seen our airplane, and the heart is on the belly of the airplane. And so we don't call them colleagues, we call them cohorts. So before I introduce my cohort to you, I've got to tell you, behind every transformation, there's a thought leader, there's a driver, there's someone who is strategic. And what I'd like to do is introduce you all to Erica Tyler, our Director of Business Strategy and Delivery.
Thank you, James. Thank you, James. I'm excited to be here. Mark, why don't we show everyone how Southwest puts our customers at the center?
Sure. Let's head up on the stage and let's bring up the demo.
Like we're getting married.
Okay, so let's jump right in. So let's start at the beginning. How did you start this journey and this transformation?
We started by bringing all of our core data, which was spread across more than 15 different systems, into a single platform using MuleSoft.
Terrific. Obviously, a great place to start, bringing that data together. But this looks a little deeper in here. Can you share with everybody what this is?
Yes, starting at the bottom are our database and systems that house our core customer data, like our reservations and Wrap Rewards information. Instead of building custom code, we built APIs that sit on top of the systems, and you can see how they connect up to the processes and data that live inside of Salesforce. We have a cross-functional team, so this data visualization really creates a shared image, a shared language for us to discuss business logic and flow.
So anything that brings business and IT together is certainly a good thing. And so this is great to see how we bring that data together with MuleSoft, but how do you bring this to life for your agents?
Yes, right here in the Lightning App Builder, we have complete control to design the layout that best fits our business and give our agents the exact information needed. We don't have this type of flexibility with many of our other tools, so this is a feature that was actually really attractive to us when looking to go with Salesforce. Looking over to the left, we have this rich customer profile, and over to the right, we made it easy for our agents to be able to access all conversations that took place across any of our support channels.
So what we're looking at here is the Lightning App Builder, which is a terrific example of Salesforce's focus and mission of making it possible for anyone to build applications using clicks, not code. Okay, so we're starting to filling in this desktop here, but we got that third column. What are we going to drag over there?
Well, Mark, we are an airline, so it would be important for us to have flight information. So let's drag in the reservations data. And because we believe in making experiences effortless for our customers as well as for our agents, let's also drag in what we consider our newest team member, Einstein.
And so what we have here is Einstein will be using machine learning to help agents by recommending replies. And so that's sort of how Einstein fits into that team member role. So, okay, what are we going to do next?
I think this looks beautiful, so let's save it.
Okay, go ahead and save. And so we've used MuleSoft to bring together all that enterprise data, and now we've used the Lightning App Builder to configure this workspace for all the agents. But what does this look like from the customer perspective?
I'd love to show you that through the experience of a true Southwest customer. Let's bring up our customer, Rachel's iPhone. Rachel just landed in Costa Rica for her sister's wedding and realized as she left her bridesmaid's dress back at the gate in Houston. Can you imagine?
If that was my dress or my suit, I would be in a massive panic.
So she helps herself by looking for a relevant knowledge article in our help center. She opens the channel menu and selects a channel. Now, because Rachel is in Costa Rica, she selects WhatsApp. She starts the conversation, and look, Mark, she's greeted by the Southwest Love Bot.
And so over the last few weeks, as we've gotten to know each other, you've shared kind of your perspective or vision for AI and bots within the Southwest transformation. It'd be great if you could share that with everyone.
Of course. As I mentioned, we consider Einstein another team member and plan to leverage it to help our customers instantly, as well as assist our employees with processes that we do, as well as to increase efficiency.
And that's exactly what we're seeing here is that the bot recognizes who Rachel is and can reference some of her flight information because the bot is built right into the Salesforce platform and has access to all that CRM data that we've pulled through. And when you build this bot once, you can deploy it across any digital channel. Speaking of which, can you show us what this looks like in other channels?
Yes, as you can see here, whether the conversation took place in WhatsApp, our Southwest app over chat, or over SMS, it's the same consistent experience.
And that is exactly what customers are asking for. Customers want a consistent experience regardless of channel. In fact, 75% of people now expect this consistent experience across every channel. All right, let's go back to Rachel's iPhone and jump back into the story.
So here, LoveBot is going to transfer to an agent because this is one of those situations that needs the human touch. So let's bring up the agent experience that we just created earlier.
And that conversation from WhatsApp has been routed to Jared, our agent, and as soon as Jared hits accept, boom, he gets dropped into that agent workspace that we just configured. So here you can see Rachel's Rapid Rewards information, and you can see Einstein is recommending replies. And Jared loves that feature because it makes his job easier, but also makes him look like a hero with every customer.
Amazing. And if you also look over to the right, or to the left, you see the related cases. And Jared can see Operation Rescue the Dress. And it looks like the gate agent in Houston has already got the dress on the next flight to Costa Rica and is scheduled to be delivered just in time for the wedding. And Mark, I'm happy to say that Operation Rescue the Dress was a success.
Fantastic. Awesome. Awesome way to end that story. And so you created this amazing experience for Rachel, making it very personal. But at Southwest, you must have millions of customers. How do you do this at scale?
Yes, we are a high-volume contact center handling over 30 million contacts a year, but we see it as 30 million opportunities to surprise and delight our customers. Our mission is to connect people to what's important in their lives, as we did here with Rachel. And with the addition of Service Cloud at Southwest, we're able to do this at scale, and we're happy about where this takes us in the future.
Fantastic. Everybody, round of applause for Erica Tyler. And Jared Long, our demo driver. And with that, I would like to move us into chapter 2 and introduce my cohort, Emily Kofsky, to take it from here.
'Cause I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame.
The second key to delivering human-centric service is supporting our agents with the right technology, tools, and training that they need to deliver an elevated customer experience. Because agents' roles are changing. They need to do that higher value, more strategic work for your company to succeed. I really believe this. And believe me, they're not going to get there with a bunch of sticky notes in their workstations. We're here to turn your agents into super agents. The first part is removing all of that routine, mundane work with automation like RPA and artificial intelligence. They shouldn't be focused on memorizing all those escalation codes and doing extensive note-taking. They need to focus on listening and connecting with your customers for human-centric service. The second part is giving them those EQ skills that they need in order to keep their customers at the center. And that's why we started the Trailblazers for the Future program 2 years ago. It's our commitment to empowerment. It's upskilling, local workshops, online training, and best practices for the modern contact center. We have 35,000 members strong, and it continues to grow. All right. Let's get real about phone service. How many of you have called into a contact center and heard a lot of typing and heard a lot of pauses? You're hearing, could you share with me your loyalty number again? Or could you hang on while I take some notes? How does this make you feel? Like there's got to be a better way? Frustrated? Well, believe me, there's an agent on the other end of the line who's equally as frustrated. They're searching between screens and disconnected systems, maybe even a spreadsheet. It's safe to say it's time to do more with voice. And here's what it looks like. Introducing Service Cloud Voice. Salesforce is, that's right. Salesforce's first integrated telephony solution right inside of Service Cloud. You can now optimize and route phone productivity without ever leaving the console. What's an essential part of this new offer? Real-time transcription. Everything that's said between the agent and the customer is transcribed and goes right in front of the agent's eyes so that they can do what we were talking about before, what most agents want to do, which is connect and listen to customers. Gone are the days when the agent was the main link between what was said on the phone and what was furiously or not so furiously typed into the console. What else is new? Well, everything that's said on the phone, that is the voice data, is fed into Einstein. And so Einstein can make reply recommendations, or it can suggest next best actions. Supervisors, they now have real-time visibility into all digital and voice conversations so that they can help in the moment rather than just after the fact. This doesn't replace Service Cloud. It's an enhancement. It's an addition to make it even better with your telephony partner of choice. Because, yes, you have choice with voice. Whether it's your current telephony partner or it's a telephony AI partner like Google Contact Center AI, it all can work with Service Cloud Voice. That's the beauty of this solution. And today, I'm excited to announce that we're going to deliver pre-integrated, out-of-the-box telephony with Amazon Connect. Yes, this is great. This is exciting. It's an expansion of our already strategic partnership. Amazon Connect is cost-effective, it's easy to set up and manage, and now it's going to be more seamlessly integrated into the console than ever before. All right, now I'd like to tell you about a customer who's already using Amazon Connect and Service Cloud today with great success. John Hancock provides financial solutions for customers at every single stage of their life. And a couple of years ago, they had some big obstacles to overcome. When customers were calling in, they were getting bounced from agent to agent. And it wasn't easy for agents either, because they didn't have a 360-degree view of the customer. They knew they had to make a change, and they transformed their contact center using Amazon Connect and Service Cloud. Now, a little bit more about John Hancock. They offer long-term care insurance that provides in-home care or nursing home. This is especially important as people may have a lingering illness until their final moments. I know this is important because I had the same experience with my dad. And I'm sure that many of you in the audience have had that same experience too. And if you haven't, you might be worried about how is it that you're going to provide coverage and care for your parents or your loved ones as they age. John Hancock knows that these moments matter when they can make a difference in their customers' lives and their loyalty, providing human-centric service. So we're going to take you through a future vision of just how this is going to look with Service Cloud Voice. So our story starts with Vince. Vince is a John Hancock supervisor. And he's just arrived at work, and he needs some insights to get his day started. Einstein can now provide voice-guided assistance for any of your company's applications. So Vince simply asks Einstein.
Hey, Einstein, how are my queues today?
Your chat and messaging queues are doing okay, but the voice queue is over capacity.
Now that Vince has the guidance he needs, he logs into Omnichannel Supervisor. And here, for the very first time, he can see all conversations in one place. No matter if agents are using chat, SMS, social, email, or now voice, he can monitor them all in the Service Cloud console. He notices that one of his agents, Nupur, has some availability, so he assigns her to the queue that needs help. Let's check in with Nupur. Here we're looking at Nupur's Lightning Service console, and a phone call has been intelligently routed to her from a John Hancock customer, Jeff. Are you seeing what I'm seeing here? This is a phone call right inside of Omnichannel. No matter how customers are contacting John Hancock, it's all going to come in via Omnichannel routing. And when she accepts that case, she has all of the information she needs to get right on the case. On the left-hand side, you're seeing here Jeff's contact information as well as his parents' policyholder information. And in the center, you can see that all of the information in the IVR is clear for her to give her full context to jump into the conversation. So let's listen in.
Hi, Jeff. I'm Nupur. I see you have some questions about your parents' long-term care plan. How may I help you?
Hey, Nupur. Yeah, my parents are getting older, and soon they'll need some level of nursing help. But I don't know what's included in our plan. I'm so stressed out about it. What are our options?
I understand how difficult this can be. I went through a similar situation with my parents. Looking at your type of plan, you have coverage for a home health nurse or a retirement home.
Okay, great. Now I just need to figure out which one to choose.
All right, let's pause here, and I want you to take a look at what's happening on the right-hand side of the screen. This is an article recommendation suggested by Einstein. In the past, agents like Nupur would have had to have typed into a search bar to bring up an article. But now in this instance, workflow is being powered by her voice, by reading the transcript. All right, let's check back in with Nupur and Jeff and as the conversation continues. And I want you to continue paying attention to what's happening on the right-hand side of the screen.
So while I have you, I also wanted to learn how to submit claims in the future.
What you're seeing here is Einstein back at work. In this case, Einstein is reading the transcript and suggesting a next best action for Nupur. In this instance, Einstein is suggesting that she set up a self-service account for Nupur. She accepts that recommendation, and she uses a lightning flow. Lightning flows are clutch for onboarding new agents or for standardizing steps for experienced agents like Nupur. Now, the conversation is going to continue, and by now, Jeff has had a moment to read that article, that knowledge article, and he's leaning towards getting a home healthcare nurse. And if you look up here on the right-hand side, this is a new article recommendation from just a couple of moments ago. Einstein is using natural language processing and machine learning to provide a contextual recommendation. This is so efficient for Nupur and really helps her focus on listening and connecting with the customer. All right, now let's check in with Jeff and Nupur one last time to wrap up the conversation.
I called today expecting this to be a difficult conversation, and you made it clear and easy. I can't thank you enough for that.
It's my pleasure, Jeff. Call back anytime.
Now case wrap-up is easier than ever because two things are happening here. The first is the transcript is suggesting notes that Nupur could use to type into the case. And the second is the call transcript and the recording are going to be automatically attached to the record. Now, how long does it take agents at your company to wrap up cases? 5 minutes? 3? 2? Well, imagine if you could cut that in half across all cases throughout the day. That would be a huge productivity gain. Well, with Einstein Case Wrap-Up, Einstein will now suggest those fields for her to wrap up those cases and be faster than ever, turning average handle time into awesome hangout time. As you can see, John Hancock was there for their customers in several moments that mattered. Nupur was able to deliver that human-centric service to make a difference in his life as well as his loyalty. That was an amazing demo. Let's give a round of applause for Nupur. And now I'd like to invite to the stage a woman who is a catalyst in leading the transformation at John Hancock. Let's all give a warm welcome to Tracy Kelly. Tracy, that was amazing.
Fabulous, I love that. Wonderful.
So you recently made this transition from on-premise telephony to the cloud. And I think after seeing that demo and those results that you have, that many other people are going to consider making a similar change. Do you have any advice for them?
Yeah, my advice would be engage your senior management and your IT partners very early on and really demonstrate to them how this solution will improve the customer experience, the employee experience, and reduce cost. You know, we know that consumers today are comparing service across industries, and our goal at John Hancock was to really catch up to the tech companies that lead in service today.
Amazing. Now, how has this change had an effect on your career at John Hancock and your ability to blaze trails?
Well, I never expected to be here on stage at Dreamforce, that's for sure. So it's been really great. You know, I have an operations background, but this cloud transformation project has enabled me to work with IT partners that I haven't before, and to really educate other parts of the company about what our customer expectations are today.
Great. Now, what's next for John Hancock? How are you going to continue to scale and deliver human-centric service?
We have big plans heading into 2020, so we're so excited about the call transcripts, for example. I already have our analytics teams working on those transcripts to really do a deep dive and understand what pain points still exist for customers, and then we'll share that information internally to further improve processes. We're also going to be routing calls based on sentiment, so we're getting a sentiment score on every single call. And there's just so much more. We're very excited about the call transcripts in Salesforce call record. It's certainly going to lower handle time for my employees.
Well, I can't wait to see what you and your team do. Everybody give a warm round of applause for Tracy Kelly.
Thank you.
And I'd like to welcome to the stage my friend, colleague, and mentor, Martha Walchuk.
I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me.
Thanks, Emily. So our third pillar of human-centric service is about serving across every touch point. Because guess what? Service does not only happen in the contact center. It happens in every one of those face-to-face interactions that your mobile workers have with your customers every day. And I was really lucky. I started my career dispatching drivers at a transportation company just across the bay. And I saw how important those interactions were. Our customers and our drivers had great relationships. They knew each other's families and birthdays. Customers asked for drivers like Paul and Sal by name. And when things went wrong, we didn't have the technology to help us, we leaned on those relationships. But it's difficult to do that today and to do it at scale. There are some really big challenges. The first is that field service is often disconnected from the rest of the business. When I was dispatching, I sat behind a green screen and tried to piece together information about who the customer was and who the driver was, and I can tell you I often got the picture very wrong. The second challenge is that mobile workers are not empowered with the right information and the right tools. For instance, drivers would ring my radio every day, letting me know they had to come back to the yard because they didn't know until they arrived on site with the customer that the treadmill in the back of the truck needed to be assembled, and they didn't have the tools to do it, leaving them very frustrated and a very disappointed customer. And the third challenge is that customers are left in the dark. I sat behind that dispatch desk, and all 4 lines of my phone were always blinking red, with customers wondering, where is my shipment? And the best that I could do was put them on hold, radio the driver, wait for the driver to get back to me with a guess of when they might show up. And if that customer wanted something to be delivered at a certain time, forget about it. It was not even an option. But today, none of those things have to happen because we have the technology to help empower your teams. And it starts with Field Service Lightning. Because with the Customer 360, you can deeply integrate field service into the rest of your customer journey. And we're so excited to welcome Click Software into the family. Together, we're going to continue our acceleration in field service, our deep industry expertise, and the most intelligent scheduling and optimization tools for your business. And we are unblocking mobile workers with the user-centric mobile app that gives them everything they need to build a relationship with the customer when they arrive on site. And it's getting better with mobile extensibility. You have asked us, allow our developers to build extensions right inside this app to help support the business processes you need, like giving the mobile worker the ability to run credit card payments, or the ability for a technician to call back to the support center when they need a second opinion. And we're excited to help you build trusted relationships with your customers. And it starts by giving them the self-service options they want, like the ability to schedule appointments on their terms. And you can do that automatically with Einstein bots on their channel of choice. And finally, we can all say goodbye to guessing when someone's going to show up in that 4-hour appointment window. Because with Salesforce Maps, you can give your customers visibility into how long it will take someone to get to their home or business and who is coming to meet them. so you can build trust. And one amazing company that's transforming how they serve across any touch point is Pilot Flying J. They are here with us in the audience today. Welcome to the team, Rick. They have over 750 travel centers across North America. And they serve more guests every day than the Atlanta airport and Disney theme parks combined. They serve and fuel the trucks that deliver medicine, freight, and food to keep us moving. And when it comes to serving those professional drivers out on the road, whom they call guests, they use Field Service Lightning. So why don't we take a peek into the future with Field Service and Pilot Flying J? Now, as you can imagine, it's a really busy time this week for a lot of professional drivers out on the road making deliveries for the holiday. And one of Pilot Flying J's loyal guests, Nicole, is out on the I-5 when she gets a flat tire. So she picks up her phone and she opens the Pilot Flying J app. They have embedded service right here, and she can simply tap to be connected back to Pilot Flying J's support center. And check it out, she is greeted by Patty, the Pilot Flying J bot. Now this bot is gonna help schedule the right technician to come out and help her. It confirms her safety, her location, the truck that she's in, and it even includes a link with the appointment confirmation. Now, take a look at this link. This is gonna give Nicole peace of mind because now she knows who is coming to meet her and how long it will take them to get there, allowing them to build trust with Nicole. Now, this would have been a big game changer for me when I was dispatching, a lot fewer phone calls. Now, let's take a look at the dispatch experience and see what they're looking at. Here's the dispatch console. We have embedded intelligent scheduling and optimization right inside this experience, and the dispatchers have a complete view of all the jobs. Now, take a look at what's happening in the middle of the screen. We've got an alert letting us know our technician is running behind. Now, in the past, dispatchers would have had to handle hundreds of alerts like these manually. But now we have automation tools, like scheduling recipes, that will automatically reassign this job to the next available technician, allowing dispatchers to really focus on the true exceptions, where they need to get involved to support a technician or build a relationship with a customer. So we see that job's been reassigned to Bobby, and now Nicole will get a notification letting her know Bobby's on the way. And why don't we take a look at Bobby's experience? He uses the Field Service mobile app, and he's got all the information he needs right at his fingertips. So he's got Nicole's appointment to repair that flat tire, and when he opens it, he has all the information about Nicole, the equipment he needs, and when he greets her, brings her a hot cup of coffee, of course, he can check out that flat tire along with her so he knows what he's in for. And as he's walking back to his service truck, he notices that the rear wheel on Nicole's truck seems to have a crack in it. And he wants to make sure she's safe when she gets back on the road, so he's gonna need some extra help. Today, he might take a picture of that and call back to the support center and wait for a second opinion. But in the future, he'll have augmented reality and AI right at his fingertips. Because with mobile extensibility, partners like Texi are building extensions right inside the mobile app to support Bobby in moments of need. So now, all Bobby needs to do is take a photo of that wheel, and AI will analyze the photo, measure the crack, and confirm that, in fact, this wheel also needs to be replaced. So now, he knows he needs to replace the flat tire and the rear wheel, and he gets to work. And when he's done, he's gonna update the work order right inside the mobile app. And he's guided step by step through the inspection checklist to make sure he has aired the tires to regulated levels and to follow the safety procedure to ensure all the proper repairs were made so Nicole is safe when she gets back on the road. Now, his next step is to confirm his timesheet. Confirm it because we have automatically captured the time it took for Bobby to do this job, saving him time from having to manually enter the time, and also allowing Pilot Flying J to effectively track their resources. And his last step is to generate the service report for Nicole to sign it and get back on the road to make that last delivery before heading home for Thanksgiving. These are just a few of the ways that Pilot Flying J is transforming how they build relationships with customers and serve across every touch point. A big thank you to Angelique, our demo driver, and to the Pilot Flying J team. To complete our vision for human-centric service, welcome back Bill Patterson.
It is just amazing to see the sum of all of this innovation really manifested through the lives of our customers. But our final chapter today is about how we can advance us all forward in the area of service and include everyone in those service experiences. Because when we include every customer, we all win. Biddy & Beau's Coffee is a growing organization based out of Wilmington, North Carolina, that puts really the art of service into every cup of coffee that they make. You know, I spent over 20 years in customer service alone, really learning about what does it mean to offer best practices. And I learned more in one morning, having one visit to their coffee shop, than I ever learned in any time I spent in the service center. I'd like you now to please join me in welcoming Amy and Ben Wright, the co-founders of Biddy & Beau's Coffee, to the stage to share in their experiences. Amy, Ben, welcome to Dreamforce.
Thank you, Bill.
I told you there'd be a great crowd.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bill.
Tell me a little bit about, we've heard all throughout the week about how our values create immense value. Can you share a little bit about what the value of Biddy & Beau's Coffee is and how you guys came up with the idea? A little bit of background for those that maybe are unaware of what your organization does.
Well, Biddy & Beau's Coffee is really a human rights movement disguised as a coffee shop. We have 3 brick-and-mortar shops, and we are expanding rapidly. We employ over 100 individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, and we put them on the front of our business. We believe we exist to show business what is possible and to bring people with disabilities into the economic fabric of society.
Ben, we talk about what it means to employ those with different ability levels in the workforce. And what does this mission mean to you for, kind of your employees, and how should others here get more involved in thinking about adding those maybe with different ability levels into their service experiences?
Right, it's a great question, Bill. It's estimated that 81% of people with intellectual and developmental disabilities especially do not have gainful employment in their community. And, you don't have to be born with a disability. You can acquire a disability. One car accident, one stroke, one slip and fall, it doesn't take a whole lot, and you join the group, and then what? So we really exist to show the world that people with disabilities have value, and when you see that value, when you come into the coffee shop, as you so kindly did, and spent time with us, you can't unsee it. You can't unfeel it. And you see the value, and accepting and including those people into your workforce can change everything for a company. And I would encourage everyone here to think about that. And if you need a good reason to talk about it in your community, you're serving somebody's coffee, you might as well serve ours.
That's right. Well, you all both have inspired me. Your employees inspire me. Everything that you do inspires me. And I would like to award you today our very first Service Equality Award. You guys continue to do an amazing mission, and again, you're teaching us what it means to be more human in our customer service experiences, and I think you're an inspiration to us all. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
This is the new age of human-centric service, how we can be more personal, intelligent, trusted, and inclusive in everything that we do. You've heard amazing stories today from Southwest, from John Hancock, from Pilot Flying J, and now with Amy and Ben, you are now our newest Trailblazers on the slide here around inclusivity. To finish today's keynote, we want to welcome you all to be our next set of Trailblazers. Please join us in our lodge, where you can actually get a great cup of Biddy & Beau's coffee there, our campground, as well as online, where you too can become the next wave of great human-centric advocates and human-centric service professionals. Thank you very much for today's keynote, and we wish you all, thank you for a great Dreamforce.